Welcome to Island Outdoors 1, and today my video is on SCHRADE USA knife shields. Stay tuned. From what I can gather, in the end of days at the USA SCHRADE Company, before they closed in 2004, they were putting together knives to fill orders and were using up parts on hand that would fit together to complete their knives. For example, you may find old-timer knives with Uncle Henry stamped blades. You might find an 80T old-timer with an 89OT tang stamp, and many more mismatched combinations known as end-of-days knives. They are somewhat collectible as oddities by people that like their rareness. After they closed and Taylor Brands bought their rights to the SCHRADE name, there must have been many knife parts left over that were sold off. I've seen on eBay many parts like knife blanks of various patterns, knife handles, pins, bolsters, Swindon keys, and about any piece you can think of for knife parts. One bag of parts that caught my attention was for 52 vintage SCHRADE USA knife shields, and 26 different ones altogether, 2 of each one, as you can see right here. So what are knife shields? Do they serve a purpose? Lots of pocket knives have them. Some have the company's name or maker's mark on them. Some are plain with no marking. It used to be common practice to pin the shields on, just like the handle covers. Nowadays, most are glued into the handle inlay. There are many varieties of shields, and some are common from earlier knife shields, like the crest pattern, the gimp pattern, the hot dog pattern, the federal pattern, the propeller pattern, the bomb pattern, the bullet pattern, the cloud pattern. Those are just a few, and the ones you're looking at here are like this one would be like a shield or crest or federal pattern, I believe, and I'm no expert on this, so bear with me. If you know more about this, please leave a comment below. I'd love to get the details on these, but here's a kind of an oval pattern, just plain, and here's what I would call a bomb pattern, and this I call the hot dog pattern. Kind of looks like a hot dog and a bun, but it might also be called the gimp pattern, or the propeller pattern. Again, like I said, I'm no expert. Here's another beautiful pattern. You see some of these two say stainless on them, so those would have come, that knife would have come with the stainless steel blades, I believe. So, do you have a favorite shield that you like the design of? One purpose of the shield is to quickly identify the mark side of the knife, so as to help orient the nail pull for quicker opening of the blade. Some people like shields and some people don't. The handle material and quality of the inletting often reflect the overall quality of the knife. No gaps, and even with the handle surface, make a shield the crowning touch on your pocket knife. I had been seeing knives for sale once in a while that had missing shields, and I thought maybe I could pick up some and make some nice complete knives with my new shields, and no luck yet. I found some that were missing the shields on eBay, and I bid on them, but they ended up going for more money than I was willing to pay out. So maybe in the future I can find a home for these little knife shields and make a nice complete knife. And all of these shields came from SCHRADE knives of different styles and patterns. And I'll make a slideshow. It'll be only 26 pictures in it, but it'll give you a more close-up look at what these are. But you can see there's so many different patterns and models that these went to. I find very interesting and a very cool way to complete a knife, because like I said, they stopped pinning the shields in the knives to cut costs at a certain point, and they ended up gluing or epoxying them to the side handle, and sometimes they lose their contact and pop out. And I've actually only had one knife that it's done that, and that was a case knife. The shield popped out in my pocket. It must have got jammed up against my keys or some change in there, and I noticed it was missing, and luckily the shield was still in my pocket, and I just simply re-glued it into the side cover, so it's as good as it was from the factory. But I wish they'd go back to pinning the shields in. You'd have a lot less chance of them falling out. And I hope you like this little tidbit on knife shields, and enjoy the show. So I thank you for watching. Please give a like if you liked the video. Leave a comment below if you have a favorite shield or know any more of the proper names for some of these shields. And I'll see you in my next video.